Commander Veyra had seen humans before, but she never took them seriously. They looked too soft, too fragile. Their skin lacked armor, their bones seemed brittle, and their hands, those delicate, pink things, looked more suited for writing treaties than breaking skulls. So when her battalion captured a lone human scout, she couldn't resist mocking him. "These are the galaxy's so-called predators," she sneered, circling him. His wrists were bound, his expression calm, almost bored. "Your hands are smooth as silk. Do they blister when you touch real work?" The human only smiled faintly, saying nothing. Her soldiers jeered. They had dragged him into the proving grounds of their warship, where prisoners were tested against the fiercest creature the Veyran Empire had ever conquered. The Grat-Hack, a hulking apex predator that had once ruled its homeworld. The beast was all claw and muscle, armored hide gleaming under the floodlights. Hundreds of her crew gathered around the pit to watch. Veyra shoved the human forward. "If you survive 5 breaths, I'll reconsider my opinion of your species." The gates opened. The Grat-Hack thundered out, snarling, its teeth like jagged swords. The ground shook with every step. The human flexed his fingers. Those same soft hands. He stepped into the pit without hesitation. Veyra smirked. "This will be over quickly." The beast roared and lunged. The human didn't run. He didn't even flinch. He caught one of the predator's claws mid-swipe and held it. The sound of straining bone echoed. The Grat-Hack blinked, confused. Then came the crack. The human twisted, snapping the predator's wrist backward with impossible strength. The beast howled, staggering. Gasps rippled through the crew. Veyra's smirk faltered. The human moved faster than her eyes could follow. He struck the Grat-Hack's throat with one hand, then drove the other deep into its chest, fingers sinking past armor plates as though tearing through wet cloth. Veins bulged, muscles coiled, his so-called soft hands tearing into flesh like blades. The predator screeched, thrashing, but the human held firm. With a roar that shook the chamber, he pulled. One hand braced on the beast's ribcage, the other hooked into its shoulder. And then he ripped. Bone cracked. Flesh tore. The sound was wet, gruesome, final. In a spray of blood and gore, the apex predator was torn clean in half, its 2 halves slamming onto the ground with a sickening thud. Silence. The human stood panting, dripping in crimson, his hands slick with the creature's lifeblood. Those soft, unscarred hands now glistened with gore, fingers curled like talons. He looked up at the watching crew, his eyes blazing with something primal. Veyra couldn't breathe. Her entire body trembled as she realized the truth. This wasn't fragility. This wasn't weakness. It was disguise. The human wiped his bloodied palms against his trousers, as if the act of splitting a predator in half was nothing more than dirty work. Then he smiled, calm, almost polite. "You were saying something about my hands?" he asked, his voice low, steady. Not a soul answered. Even her soldiers, hardened veterans of countless wars, stood frozen. Some stepped back, as if distance could shield them from what they'd just witnessed. Veyra's mind raced. For cycles, the Empire had dismissed humanity as irrelevant, calling them underdeveloped, naive, harmless. Yet here stood proof that their entire assessment had been a fatal mistake. Humans weren't weak. They were apex predators pretending not to be. The human cracked his knuckles, the sound echoing in the stunned silence. "Bring me another," he said, almost casually. "Or are you afraid?" No one moved. No one dared. Commander Veyra swallowed hard, her earlier laughter now a bitter taste on her tongue. She had mocked him for his soft hands. Now those same hands dripped with the blood of her empire's deadliest beast. And she understood, with a chill that ran down her spine, that the galaxy would never be the same once humans stopped pretending.